Y'all, it's K Cash. Okay, baby. Did you see P Valley? Down in the valley where the girls get naked. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta take a break. Hey y'all, I'm back. Hey y'all, I'm back. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. Boom. I'm here to give y'all the tea on what happened on the latest episode of P Valley. Whoo, child. Oh my God. So first, we're gonna start off. It started off with the flashback with Autumn and her husband. I guess it was showing us. My bad. I guess it was showing us a little flashback while she was dancing. I guess for her husband. And then he gets up and he goes and gets the baby and he's holding the baby and everything like that. So then it comes back to reality. She's in her apartment and she takes down a newspaper off the window and looks at the little kids outside playing. Well, looks like the land is going to be for lease. The land is not going to be for sale. It's going to be for lease. And Carbon and Andre have convinced the Cow brothers to sign this deal. They'll be getting $500,000 instead of the $6 million. But I'm thinking if they leasing it, they'll be getting like what, $500,000 for so much time or whatever. This is gonna be a really big casino. I mean, the land they own, I mean, it must be huge, and it's by a waterfront. So, you know, they need it. So they're in the mayor's office, Mayor Ruffin. You know, today is also the ribbon cutting for Mayor Ruffin Park. You know, and Mayor Ruffin is saying that I'd rather have a piece of something than to not have nothing at all. So the Kyle brothers, they are upset, but they signed the paper in it. Well, they don't sign the paper, they signed it on the computer laptop or whatever. And then one of the brothers say, we voted you in here as mayor. And when we voted you in, you know, there were some promises that you didn't keep. And your God or your godson ain't doing the right thing or whatever. So they said they're going to vote his ass out. So they leave and, you know, Mayor Ruffin, he's talking to Andre, lets Andre know, you know, somebody got to pave the way for somebody. You know, he told him, boy, I remember a time when I had to drink out them damn water fountains that only said colored. You know, it was a time when I had to walk 6 miles just to go to a good school. You know, somebody had to make a way for you, Andre. You know, somebody had to make a way when your parents couldn't pay the tuition for you to go to that Morehouse College. Your goddaddy was the one that had you go to that paid for you to go to Morehouse College. You gonna learn, boy. Woo! So in the midst of them talking, Eloise, she comes up, she tell him, oh, Mayor, we're going to have to, you know, postpone the ribbon cutting. He said, what's going on, Eloise? Is it raining? Nope, it ain't raining, baby. We got Uncle Cliff and Patrice Woodbine has joined forces. And Uncle Cliff got on his Black Panther Black Power with his baton, baby, and his pups. You better believe it. You know, and Patrice Woodbine, we go to that scene and we see Patrice Woodbine, she's talking to the people, and Uncle Cliff comes up and says, you know, I'm only doing this, you know, when she said, well, you know, enemy of my enemy is a friend of mine. He was like, look, Uncle Cliff said, look, I'm just doing this for this. After this, we can part our ways, and I ain't got to ever talk to you no more, especially what you after what he did to say this. Okay? So Mayor Ruffin, Andre, and Eloise, they looking at the TV, honey. Woo, Patrice Woodbine. Yes, sir. Come down to the altar and sign this petition. We don't want no casino in our town. And if you don't want to go there, go down to the bank and sign the petition there. Hey, now, okay. So it was supposed to be something that was supposed to be slid in by the city council, because we see when Uncle Cliff went home, and boy, Uncle Cliff, you don't see Uncle Cliff in that box Chevy that's pink and purple, baby, and you don't see the pink house that he live in. And when he got out of his car, he met Carbon. Man, when I tell you, his goddamn eye, ooh, baby, his eye was swollen because his brothers done beat him up. So he telling, Corbin is telling Cliff, like, hey man, that was supposed to be between me and you. Now the deal might not go through. I might not get the casino. Well, Uncle Cliff letting them know, look, I want that same type of deal that you getting. You know what I'm saying? For my property. He was like, man, the pink hat was not going to be involved in it, you know, basically. So he was like, you know, basically he was like, they're not going to pay for something that they can get for free. So Uncle Cliff told him, the next time you want to get your ass beat, you go down to your brothers. You are no longer welcome at the bank. So he had to leave, baby. So, meanwhile, Mercedes, she goes to the check cashing place. Child, don't you just hate it when those people be behind you in the line and they telling you they whole goddamn life and you really don't give a damn. So looks like Mercedes is in the line to do her last drop at the check cashing place, and behind her is a girl. She says that she got ate out with the IUD included, baby. And then the news flash came up about the protest, and she said, oh, I'm gonna go down there to that church and I'm gonna sign that petition. Surely, because Chocolates don't need no casino, okay? And Mercedes was like, I hope your IUD blow up. And she was like, oh, dang, what's wrong with her? So then Mercedes goes down to the pink and she goes to talk to Uncle Cliff. And Mercedes is pissed because Mercedes is like, how in the world you gonna team up with Patrice Woodbine? And she said, well, look, your mama voice your voice loud, but your mama voice is louder. You know, and he trying to do anything to get his club saved. And, you know, he convinced Mercedes to do her last dance at the club. And Mercedes at first, she's like, nah, I don't know if I want to do it or not. He was like, look, you is my bottom bitch. You will do as I tell you. You owe me. Child. He also pointed to the cameras and said, look at those people, the whole crew out there, you know, Gidget, Toy, I can't think of the name of the rest of them. One of the girls, the blonde-headed girl, she became pregnant. So now she got to work behind the bar. So Uncle Cliff, so Mercedes goes down and she talks to the lady who does the costumes and stuff. I'm gonna get these names right. And she said, I'm gonna need some floss. I need it to look like something that the galaxy has exploded all over me. And she's like, yes, I will make that happen for you. I will give you some good floss, you know, some good, you know, a good outfit or whatever. So Mercedes lets them know this gonna be everybody's last dance. Everybody, including you, Mississippi. Huh. And Uncle Cliff comes down and he has his little pep talk with the dancers, and you know, he calls out the Trinity, you know, Mercedes and Mississippi and Get 'em Gidget, and you know, just calls out everybody, and they have a press circle, and he says, oh Lord, we need all of the drug dealers and all of the scammers and everybody to come down and spend their money, and this gonna be the last go round. And I mean, you know, it was just a trip. You know, we need the DJ to spin them records. Not only that, so let's go to Lil Murder. Child. Lil Murder is practicing. It's Lil Murder. I don't know if that's the DJ that's there and his manager and Mississippi there and the baby there with the little headphones on. He on the stage mumbling. And the manager is telling Mississippi, this ain't gonna work. He got to come with something better than that. So Mississippi takes Lil Murder and say, we need a break. He looking like, what kind of break? They go in the private room and this fool is plump naked with the tennis shoes and socks on. And he just standing there. He like, I don't know if this gonna work. And she just trying to convince him that, I don't know why he had to do that shit naked, but okay, it was funny. But she had to try to convince him that to get over the stage fright. And just imagine it's just him. When I tell you, when he was naked and he bent down and did that little thing with his child, that part had me rolling. I swear I was done. That part had me rolling. So he got over his fear. He was able to do the song. So now he ready, you know. So let me see. We go back to the club and Mercedes tells. Oh, wait a minute. Before that, Uncle Cliff was outside. But when he pulled up to the club, the sheriff came to him and said, look, there's nothing I can do about it this time. Uncle Cliff tried to give him some money. He said, I can't even take your money. You know, it's an ordinance that if they selling alcohol, they can't show titties. And he's like, what kind of ordinance is this? You know, this is my last time and everything. He's like, look, I don't know, maybe Mayor Ruffin cracking down, you know what I'm saying? But hey, the only thing he doing is passing out the orders. So after the sheriff, you know, he gives him the paperwork, he gets in the car, and in his rear view as he's backing up, he sees Autumn. He's like, damn, she looked familiar. So he gets the little flyer out of his dashboard, he looks, that's her. Next scene we see, it's nighttime, and Lil Murder gets up with Uncle Cliff and tell him, I got something I want to show you. I want to make sure I ain't leaving nothing out. Da, da, da. Oh, let me go back. So anyway, so Lil Murder tells Uncle Cliff, I got something to show you. So he took his car in the woods that's, you know, by the lake. And I'm kind of glad they gave us that view to kind of give us a visual of where the pink is to the waterfront. And we do see that it is behind the waterfront, even though, you know, the waterfront is invisible by the club, but I guess, you know, that's all they land or whatever. So anyway, Lil Murder done stole Uncle Cliff's car and put some damn lights in the car. I guess they're supposed to be the moon and the stars. And he tells him, Uncle Cliff says, I don't have time for this right now. And I guess he got time for some, because Lil Murder went over there and grabbed on some and did something, and then he didn't want to leave. After he gave him that little shotgun, you know, he had to calm him down and ask him, was he okay? And Cliff like, look, don't ask me if I'm okay right now. Ask me if I'm okay tomorrow. Right now, I got to get through this shit. You know what I'm saying? This the last night. Everybody big night. This the night that Mississippi finna be the headliner. Mississippi all nervous. Mississippi, she runs outside and she talks to Diamond. She gonna act like she ain't see Diamond. She knew Diamond was out there. I didn't see you. You knew he was out there. And, you know, Diamond kind of gave her a little pep talk, even told her about something that happened when he was in the army. And this necklace that gave him luck or whatever. And he gives it to her, and of course Diamond said, where's your baby? With Derek, her white baby daddy, which I'm still, it ain't got nothing to do with him being white. It's just that I want to know why she's still scripting. At any rate, so she thinks she done bit off more than she can chew, you know. She says she's never been a headliner at the club. It's always been Mercedes. But hey, you've been asking for this. This is what you asked for. So now this is what you finna get. You know what I'm saying? So then here come Gidget Gadget. Ooh, I'm just so frustrated. He said he got to make another drop. And, this don't make no sense. No, baby, he ain't got to make no another drop. He is still in town. From last episode, he is still in town. He just don't want you to know he's still in town. So you going to be sexually frustrated. Oh, well. So, what's the name? Mercedes and Autumn. They go to the one of those private rooms, and it's all junky and nasty. And Mercedes said, I see why Uncle Cliff said rule number 5, no chips in the room, because this shit in here is junky. And so Mercedes gives Autumn the last drop, and Autumn gives her the money. Well, she gives her $10K, and then she gives her more than $10K. And Mercedes like, no, I asked for $10K. And she said, don't you want to build your studio, your gym? She was like, nah, I got other plans for that. Don't you worry, I got some up my sleeve for that part. So she give her the money back, and Mercedes talks Haley, aka Autumn, into dancing that same night, because I believe Autumn, she was trying to get the hell on, because she had a mechanic come to the house and fix the car, which, I mean, she had enough money to actually buy her another car, but I guess she just felt like a mechanic could just come and fix it. So hopefully she was trying to get to where she was going. I guess she was just going back to the club to do the little drop thing, but Mercedes had convinced her to stay, and she also convinced her to tell Andre to come on down and give him a last dance, So Andre, he's sitting at the bar all frustrated, confused, mad, because his goddaddy said after what's probably going on with the pink? After the auction with the pink, he don't want to have nothing to do with him. So, he mad, and he probably just still in love with Haley and just kind of all kind of stuff. But then Haley sent him a text message. Meet me down here at the club. Ooh, 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 ooh. So Andre is in line. Yeah, Andre is in line. And actually, Andre was behind Autumn's husband in the line. Derek, Mississippi, aka Keyshawn's boyfriend, husband, whoever he is, he pulls up with his little clique of people thinking he just finna get in VIP, and Diamond was like, bruh, you gonna have to get in line like everybody else. Lil Murder's clique, he comes up, and they were like, okay, y'all going in, but the manager, he gets a call from these scouts from Atlanta. And so he goes to the back to take the phone call. Well, after he gets off the phone, he sees Lil Murder and what's her name? Lil Murder and Uncle Cliff, coming from the woods or whatever. So we see later that the manager have a pep talk with Lil Murder, like, look, man, I thought you said this was a one-time thing, and look, I don't really care what you got going on. That's your business. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But what I'm saying is, I got these executives coming down here from Atlanta. You about to blow up. Just make sure you keep that shit on the low, because you ain't finna mess up my bread, my money. We finna start making these stacks, and you ain't finna mess them up. And Lil Murder just standing there like, looking all dumbfounded. I'm like, yes, dude. Like, come on now. Is your manager know? Keyshawn know? Things could go a lot differently. You know what I'm saying? So, he took heed to that. So now we inside the club. Autumn husband is in the club. He's sitting down. First of all, Autumn is dancing. And Andre, he comes up with a champagne bottle and 2 glasses, like they just finna go on a date, rendezvous some shit. My God. So they go into the VIP area, and ooh, that part right there, baby. She dancing up on them, and I thought she wasn't supposed to show no titties, but she showed her titties. And I mean, it looked like they were just about to get it on, and his damn phone kept ringing. And she was like, I think you need to take that. He was like, no, don't stop. And so she grabs the phone, he took the phone call, and it was his wife. She came from Atlanta to come visit him. So here we go again. Bye, Andre. She always telling this fool bye. Bye, Andre. So Andre leaves, goes back to the hotel to his wife, and she's like, "Where you been? And I bet you cheating on me." He was like, "Man, ain't nobody down here to cheat on you with." Oh, so if it was, would you still? He was like, "Shut up. Shut up." So she shut up, and she was trying to act like she didn't want to do nothing. He was like, "Oh, you don't want to do nothing?" And so he went down on her and came back up and put them pounds on her. Ow! But hey, he had to get that up out of him, you know what I'm saying? He was right there at the climax. He had to look, I ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say. Just come on, it's finna go down. So, child, and it was like, she was like, "Oh, you miss me." He ain't say no, yeah, he ain't say nothing. He was just like, "I'm gonna get in the shower." Woo, okay. So we get back to the club, and by this time, Mercedes, she doing her little walk around. You know, she got on her little pearls. They made her little pearl outfit, you know, where it looked like the galaxy is exploding all over her. And she goes to Autumn's husband because he got the money stacks right there on the table, just boop, right there. So she talks to him, and he was like, she put his arms around him, and he politely took her arm off of him, and he said, "No, I got eyes for somebody else, that girl up there." And she was like, "Oh, you talking about my girl, Autumn." And so she calling Autumn over there, and at first you can't see, Autumn can't see who's sitting down. So she over there calling it. Autumn go over, you would have thought she saw a ghost. She was like, "Autumn, he want to go to paradise." And so Autumn is like, "What the fuck?" So Mercedes whispers in her ear, "Get them stacks." So Autumn, you know, she put her pride to the side, didn't know what to do except for trying to play this shit off. So she takes him into the paradise room, and she got her hands folded. She's all nervous, and he's just standing there looking at her. And then I started thinking, I was like, okay, that could be his wife. But I was also thinking, I was like, what if that was her pimp? Because I want to know, like, was she dancing before this? You know, because my thing is, I guess she was dancing to try to keep the money, you know, like, this is where she getting all this money from. You know what I'm saying? But because if I'm getting all this money, why would I need to dance? But I guess you do have to have a cover. I'm just saying. But could he have been her pimp, and then she had, and maybe she had a baby by him or something like that? I mean, that's kind of crazy. So anyway, she in the room with him, and she's like, "I shot you." And he said, "Well, you ain't shoot good enough because I'm sitting right here." Meanwhile, Mercedes, kind of after they walked off, she kind of looked like she got a hunch that something wasn't quite right. But she didn't have time to think on it because here comes Coach. "Hey, Coach, I didn't think you were going to show up." So she was still looking kind of nervous, and then it shows her walk off. Okay, then here we go, the climax part of the night. Tell me why Mississippi baby daddy is looking at her the way he looking at her while she dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so degrading. And when he went to the bar, Gidget, she saw him, and she was like, "Don't be coming to," she said, "You ain't never came up here to see Keyshawn dance." And he was like, "Well, you know, anytime this is whatever." He was just basically saying he up here now. Okay. And she and Gidget was like, "You better not start nothing." And he said, "Oh, what?" She said, "I'm gonna take them babies and they gonna come live with me." He was like, "Oh, what? To go live in the trailer home with you?" He said, "Do you know Keyshawn?" And that had me thinking, like, do we know Keyshawn? Because if he got money, or do she just want to make her own money, or whatever the fuck? I don't know. That part I don't understand. I don't know. I need more detail, please, because it gotta make some sense to me. Because right now it's really not making sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe she just want to make her own money. Maybe that's what she been doing, and she didn't want to stop doing what she was doing, and that's the type of work she was doing when she met him. That's probably what it is. I mean, it's probably something so simple. But anyway, he was standing standing there watching her dance with his beer in his hand. Andre had to leave the room. Andre had left, and then blah blah blah. The husband came, so that's that. And Lil Murda got on his little mic with his blue hair, and looks like he's about to take the stage. He's gonna grab the gold microphone, and it looks like he's about to take the stage. And then the show go off. So on the preview, it was like all over the place. You know, it looked like Mercedes was in Paradise Room. Maybe she was about to shoot. Now remember, that gun is still in the dressing room that Haley put in there, and she told Keyshawn the code for it. Because it also looked like they went to somebody's funeral. And I hope it's Derek, that the funeral that they went to. Because I ain't seen him that much on the show, but I can tell he's very irritating. Oh, I don't know whose funeral it could be. Anyway, I thought Lil Murda did perform. I hope he did. We'll see how that go, because we see later he didn't have on a t-shirt, and Uncle Cliff said, this is something that you chose. Don't know. We'll see. So, I'll catch y'all next week. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. Down, down, down in the valley where the girls get naked. Shout out again. Go to the soundtrack. I love every song on there. I'm probably going to download the soundtrack or whatever. I just want y'all to stay blessed. And, you know, the devil will slip in and find his way, but you just have to stay the path. Stay the path and know that what you originally wanted, or what you really want, what your heart desires, that you can have it, because it's some scheming motherfuckers out here. I promise you that. All right. Thank y'all. Bye.